Hello everyone, this is Black Mage 86 and today I'm bringing you Warmachine Tactics. Warmachine Tactics is the PC version of the Warmachine tabletop wargame. I'm going to do a skirmish match. I am going to play as Khador, of course. I'm going to use the Assualt Commandos group I built. We're going to play on the trenches at the border, leaving enemy faction and load out to random. So if you're not familiar with Warmachine at all, there's several factions. Each one has a slightly different setup, slightly different types of units they can use. I prefer Khador. Khador is infantry heavy, and when the warjacks they do use are slow, but they are big and they are strong. And they have really tough armor. I'm using a couple of sculpts here. This is my Extreme Juggernaut sculpt from the Kickstarter. Everything else is in Khador 5th Border Legion colors, which is another Kickstarter thing. So, go ahead and let's see. I'm going to I'm going to rush my men of war. These are men of war shock troopers. I'm going to rush them up this side of the map to flank. Place him here. So this is the deployment phase. Sorry, thinking. This is the deployment phase. You pre-deploy before the game starts. I'm going to head and finish my deployment now. You can deploy anywhere in this box, by the way. Okay, so let me see who I'm fighting. Okay, I'm fighting a mercenary unit. So the Warcasters, this is my Warcaster. Pull up his abilities. Khador Army. Quick little overview here. Hit points is of course how much damage they can take. Focus has 6. That's what this allocate phase right now is. I can assign focus. I can leave all 6 points on Commander Strukov and assign focus to my warjacks. So I'm going to assign 1 to each. Because that will allow them to run, which jacks otherwise cannot do. Anyways, back to this. You have Mat, speed, which is how many squares you can move. Mat, which is your material attack. Ranged attack. Magic, which mostly is just your Warcasters. There's a couple of mages otherwise. Defense, it's how difficult it is to hit them. Armor, lowers the damage. He has 2 weapons. He has a trench sword, which has damage 5. It's a magic weapon. It has brutal charge. It does +2 on charge attacks. His ranged weapon is the cinder bomb. It's basically it's this giant rifle you can see. Or no, sorry, the cinder bomb. I don't see it actually, but it's actually a bomb. He also has a riot gun, which can fire up to 3 times. It's rapid fire. You also have special abilities. He's a commander. He has Pathfinder, ignores movement penalties from terrain. Fearless. Has an alchemical mask, which ignores gas effects, which goes well with his elite cadre ability. the Assault Commandos. He can sprint. He's immune to fire and corrosion. Then he has spells. You can read the little text, pause and read it if you want. Superiority's upkeep. I'll be casting on one of my jacks, and then I can spend one focus to keep it cast on that jack afterwards. Iron Fist is his feat. Each person, each caster gets a feat. They can use it once. So I'm going to go ahead and end the control phase. So, let's start off. I have my Decimator. You can see Decimator has hit points. He's got 1 point of focus, speed 4, material attack 2, armor 5. He's got a Ripsaw, which is his sustained attack. If I hit, any additional attacks automatically hit. Has Dozer, it's a ranged weapon, rated 2. I can shove enemies that I hit with it. And then I may advance. I'm going to go ahead and run him. Are you sure you want to run? You can't do anything else if you do so. Yes, I'm sure I want to run. This yellow box here that you're seeing, that is the control area for the Warcaster. The Warcaster, if a mech gets outside of the control, sorry, not a mech, a warjack gets outside of the control area, you can't assign focus to it at the beginning of your turn.
Destroy them.
So, let's rush these guys up to the barriers. On.
Leave no one breathing.
This, you see the shield there? That means that from that direction, that's one of my Assault Commandos. In the direction the shield is at, they get a bonus to their defense because they have cover. I also have abilities they can use, but since I'm running them, they can't use any of their abilities. But they have a shield wall ability, which gives them a bonus to defense. I'll pull it up real quick on this guy. Gives +2 armor, sorry, not defense, an additional +1 armor for every adjacent character, also in shield wall to the immediate left or right, to a maximum of +4, which would be 1 on each side of them. Khador has several units that can do shield walls. The Assault Commandos can do shield walls. The Iron Pike, our Iron Fane Pikes can do shield walls. And the Man of War can do shield walls. Okay. Oh, yep, intern, sorry. So my Men of War are slow and cumbersome, but they're very powerful. Basically, the Men of War are guys placed inside of steam armor. That's the big thing with Warmachine. Everything is steam powered. And these are elite units that are inside of steam powered armor. So, this is my commander. I'm not going to move him all the way up for 2 reasons. One, I want to be able to cast spells. Which, let's go to spells. Superiority. Oh. Let me get my Juggernaut superiority. They can heal themselves. It's not the Juggernaut, sorry. The Warcasters can heal themselves using a point of focus. It's one of the other things they can do that most other units can't. But if your Warcaster dies, you lose the match. So it's important to protect him, though there's some Warcasters that are very powerful troops. Okay, if if you can see it here when they're moving, that person there is deployed further ahead of everyone else, you notice. Some units have an advanced deployment option, which lets them to deploy further away.
Ready to make a fortune.
Locked and loaded, boss man.
So you can build all mercenary armies, like what I'm facing now, or you can include mercenary units into your factions army. But some mercenaries won't work for some factions. It has to do with the lore. So I'm going to go ahead and upkeep superiority. Then I'm going to give 2 points of focus, 3 points to the decimator, 2 points to the juggernaut. And leave nothing on my commander. So we'll start off with the dozer. Now, sorry, my decimator, I'm going to use his dozer. I'm going to use it against Iris. Maybe not. She's very hard to hit. Okay, I'm going to use it against him. I have 3 focus, so I'm going to go ahead and boost damage as well. Okay, so I'm done with the decimator. So my commandos have gas grenades. They do strangle gas. So to show you what that does, so as a status effect, Iris currently suffers -1 defense and -1 to all attack stats. Okay, so just real quick, the abilities, I can use shield wall or flush out. Flush out would be used if I was approaching and they were in cover like I am currently. However, I'm going to go ahead and use my ranged attack. I could assault and battery, but I don't want to. My commandos all have gas masks, as does my commander, so they're not affected by the gas grenades. But I'm just going to do a regular ranged attack. Oh, a hit for 3 damage. She's also on fire. Does 5 damage beginning of round, which does not expire. So at the beginning of her round, she's going to take an additional 5 points of damage. And took him out. Well, apparently I'm too far away still. Well, that's unfortunate. I misplanned that.
Eliminate them.
If you can attack, it's important to face your facing correctly as well. So if you can attack a unit's rear arc, you can do more damage to them. So now, the only ones I have left are my men of war. So that one can't move because he's blocking him. Unless you have special ability, you can't move through other units.
It's talking here.
Okay, I believe that's everybody. So I'll go ahead and pass turn. Iris took damage from the fire.
On the hunt.
And okay, their Warjack, she's tearing up my unit there. Warjack used an attack that knocked down my men of war. The knockdown is annoying because you have to sacrifice either your movement or your attack.
Overtime on this job.
Loyalty can be bought.
Unless it's a mech. Sorry, not mechs. Warjacks. Unless it's a Warjack that gets knocked down. In which case you can have them get right back up. No. Don't want to use him. Let's start off with you.
I have failed you.
Excellent. Haha. Okay. Now march my decimator up. Use dozer. And we will boost the attack. Use a focus to use dozer again. I have one more point of focus remaining, so I'll boost attack again. Goes from 38 to 63% chance to hit. And that turn. However, that's all I can do with them. Go ahead and stand up. And we're going to pick to move. Stand up and move. So this terrain here is bad terrain, which is why I'm moving less distance. Okay, so I'm going to start moving these up, and I'm going to use the shield wall. Change facing, correct facing, and shield wall. And I can't get up there. However, I can still use shield wall to increase armor by 2. And now I did create a slight problem here. I rushed my Juggernaut outside of my control area. So I'm not going to be able to upkeep the spell on him next turn if I remember correctly. ahead and use combat shield. Gunblade. Combat shield. So if you have multiple ways to make a melee attack, unfortunately those both missed. If you have multiple ways to make a melee attack, you get to make both attacks. No, face the right way. That's all my units, so we'll end turn. Oh, that's not good. That unit is the enemy commander, and he's in my back arc, so this is gonna not be pretty. Oh, I still can upkeep superiority, but I can't allocate any focus to that warjack because he's outside my area. So that's good. Wow, it's useful. Okay, that didn't work like I thought it did. I thought the trampled let me attack him, but apparently it's only if I run through. Very nice.
Guess them.
So that symbol there is he gets a free strike if I do the movement I'm looking at. This shows that I get to attack him. Fun thing you can do with the Juggernaut is he has an open fist, so if I have focus allocated to him, I can make a power attack where I attempt to throw a unit.
It's hot in here. May not have worked the best to send them around like that. Who all can I attack here? We're gonna gas him. Set him on fire. No damage. It's the problem with smaller units attacking warjacks is they have, this guy's got 3 points of armor, so he takes less damage. I just don't do enough damage with my weapons to hurt him.
Okay, let's see what we got for spells. I'm gonna go ahead and activate Sentry. This will let one of my units attack. And gotta love the riot gun. Didn't do any damage, but I got to shoot at him 3 times. So Sentry lets one of my units make an attack as soon as... Let me pull it up. When a unit advances in its movement line of sight, target friendly faction unit. Affected unit immediately makes 1 normal ranged attack against that unit, and Sentry expires. So I'm going to get 1 free attack from my Sentry. Hopefully. Oh, that's bad. It's amusing though, because it set him on fire. He is tearing up my Assault Commandos though. Oh, and he got a sustained attack, so his any other attacks with that mech. Oh, and he's not making any. That's good. I'm not going to upkeep Sentry. Let's start off. Say hello. I can headbutt. Or I can push. But I'm just gonna ripsaw. I'm gonna boost my attack. Because if I hit, since it's a sustained, I won't have to do hit rolls again. Okay, so I hit. The second attack will automatically hit. Oh, and I might be able to finish this. First, I want to bang up on. Let's see if I can pull this off. Yeah! And I threw him. It's a fun ability. If it hits, it hit, but it didn't damage. See if I can... If I can deal that last point of damage. And none of those were successful. Go ahead and activate my feet. Give my Men of War some extra movement. My Men of War can do combined melee attacks, which do a lot more damage, but I have to get them up there to where they can use the combined melee attack.
Leave no one breathing.
Oh, and it dealt a point of damage. And that dealt 3 points of damage. Very nice.
Charge!
Either one hits. And that's all my troops. Oh, I did not know he could do that. That's pretty nifty. He's tearing into my warjack. Boost attack. Sure I'm attacking the right one. And that's a match. So, it's just one example of an army type. I also have an army type that relies more heavily on the Winter Guard, who can do combined ranged attacks, which are really nice. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.